We're live. We're live. Hello.
Hello.
I don't know if anyone's going to be there because, I decided to do this at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Mike was out at the time getting his daily exercise, and I just thought it'd be a nice idea. But then shortly after I put up that we were doing it at 8 o'clock, the Queen comes along and says she's going to address the nation at 8 o'clock. So I know quite a few of you are going to be watching the Queen. What does that say, Mike? What does that say?
Just as Jane Kelly says something.
Well, I'm going to type hello. I don't think it really means anything. There we go. Well, I've started the chat anyway. But what's that little picture next to it? Is that me on that little picture?
I think it might be the Queen. I think the Queen could be calling in to say hello.
So the Queen's joining in.
Because she's recorded her programme, hasn't she?
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
You see, that's the Queen for you. You know, everybody watches her, but it's not live.
No.
You don't get any of this natural
It's all scripted.
frisson that I think we can have. The dog next door's joining in. He's having a right old bark. Anyway, we'll just sit here and probably just sit here for a few minutes. Got a nice cup of tea anyway. Nice cup of tea. Can you hear the dogs? Which one do you reckon that one is? Reggie or Dougie?
Reggie.
That was right. Yeah, the big one. I've mentioned him on the videos before. Lovely dog.
He's a cross lurcher, bull terrier.
He's just a big lovely
beast.
dog,
He's a big
but
beast.
with a very, very deep bark.
Hmm.
And his best friend is his pal, Dougie, who's got a very little bark. And it's a very little dog. He's a little Jack Russell. And they go around and, you know, it's almost like you could put a saddle on one, isn't it, and have the other one on it. And run along. Well, it's nice to see you here, Mike. Anyway, I haven't seen you much today. You've caught the sun.
I have got a little bit of sun, actually.
You've got your ticket sticking out there, which you can't have that, in case anyone sees the back of your neck.
I've been having my one exercise a day at the allotment.
Yeah. Hey! Oh, hello! I can't read.
It's Chesney Smith.
Hi, Chesney. Hi,
Wright.
Stephanie. Stephanie, do we call you Stephanie or do we call you Steph? Because I'm not quite sure. My glasses are terrible. I might have to go and get my readers, you know, because I'm doing this. Let me. Oh, it's no good trying yours. Let me just go and get my readers for a minute. Honestly, we're sitting here, Chesney and Steph. Thought so. Steph. Hello, Barry. Hi. We're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs, really, because apparently the Queen's on. Someone called the Queen's on the television at the moment saying something important, which I don't think she's done since, was it?
Since
Diana
the death of
died.
Diana, yeah.
Because she had to address the nation then as well. Oh, now the phone's ringing. That'll be her.
Please desist from your broadcast.
That'll be the Queen saying, "Do you mind not broadcasting?" Oh, someone else has got the phone. That's good. We've got such a stupid phone tone, haven't we? That the dog starts howling when the phone goes on.
Hi, Barry.
So, yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. Right, I am going to have to go and get my other glasses. So Mike's going to hold the thought. You can tell a joke, can't you really, Mike?
No coronavirus
I'll
jokes.
actually get out of this chair. Right, okay.
I'll tell you what I can do. I can show something that we've set up to share with our neighbours. Jane and I met a guy called Peter Glazebrook at the autumn show in Malvern, who gave us a very small packet of these giant onion seeds that he grows. And we thought it might be fun to share a giant onion seedling with all the neighbours and have a little bit of a sort of an inter-neighbourly competition. And hopefully, they've all got one each. And the idea is to try and cultivate that onion. And then we're going to try to see who grows the biggest onion and give a little prize and get people together, things like that. So I thought I'd show you my onion, which is...
Well, you're advertising Morrison's there on the front of the... I can't get back in now.
It's not looking great as it stands now. So it's it's hard to believe.
You can't even see it.
It's hard to believe that this is going to be a champion onion.
And you sort of, part of you doesn't believe that it is.
It has just been transplanted, but it looks like a very weak blade of grass at the moment.
I think it might be the fact that you've been swizzled at. Oh, that's even worse. Hey, Lynn. Hi. Oh, that's really nice. Some of you have actually come along. Instead of watching the Queen, you've come along to see it. That's really nice of you. We're just having a chat, weren't we? We're having a cup of tea. Mike's made some flapjacks. Are they flapjacks?
Yeah, my recipe, yeah.
Mike is gluten intolerant, so his baking is always a bit of a trial, isn't it, Mike? Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you want to see the flapjack? Hi, Sue. We're about to show Mike's flapjack.
That's a piece of it.
That's a bit, well, yeah, clearly that's not the whole flapjack, but I don't know. There's something about the colour. Is it tasty, Mike?
It's very tasty and it's very crunchy, but it's stuck to the pan so badly that when the pan is about this big, and you could actually lift the whole pan up just by hanging on to two of the flapjacks.
Yeah, you could.
So
big roasting pan.
There's no baking sheet involved or anything like that.
You know, when you see people moving great big, sorry, I'm cleaning my glasses here. When you see people moving great big panes of glass with those suction pads, the flapjacks were like the suction pads. It's quite the thing. Let's see who's here. Onion MD, you've got MD of that, have you, Barry? Oh my goodness, Mike! I thought this would happen. Oh goodness me!
It's been transplanted, so I think when you transplant them, often they do just
yeah,
they flop.
The thing is, hi Ashley. The thing is, when if you're just coming in, Mike was just saying, I think when I went off to get my glasses, we've decided on a little bit of community spirit would encourage some of our neighbours to do some growing alongside us. So, is this what you just said?
I've said all this.
Can I say it again? I'll say it very quickly because I'm very quick. At the Malvern show last year, you met up with Peter Glazebrook, didn't you? He of the exhibition onions this big. I might bought some seed off him, which
a very, very, very reasonable price. Very reasonable.
And this is what's happened. Anyway, he went and told the neighbours. We wrote a lovely thing. Hi, Frank. We wrote a lovely sheet for them and everything with a picture of Peter and his onion and all this sort of thing on. I said, do you want to join in the great giant onion exhibition challenge? And they're all, yeah. We said, great, okay. We'll pass you the onion round. We'll leave it on your doorstep tomorrow morning. Just imagine. I think they thought it would already be half grown, like even just the size of an ordinary onion.
I mean, luckily for us,
but it's just.
Luckily for us, we've got the rest of the packet.
I mean, what would you think? But seeds are amazing.
Yeah.
That might well grow.
And I think our neighbour is singing to his onion. See if he can make his onion a bit bigger.
Yeah. Oh, you've got some. Okay. You've got some Bedfordshire champions in, Barry.
We've grown them.
Yeah, this does look like. Have we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Is that what we did last year?
Yeah, they grew really, really well, Barry.
Right. Okay. I was just going to. Barry, what's your top tip? Top tip for champion onions. Come on, Mike needs as many tips as he can. Ours do look like baby chives. Yeah, they probably are baby chives because we do tend to get our seeds mixed up, don't we?
It could be that Peter Glazebrook is a bit of a prankster.
Maybe it wasn't the Peter Glazebrook.
It's his brother.
Maybe it was,
Alan Glazebrook.
Yeah. Who did it off?
We'll see.
Yeah. So anyway, so Frank, you watched the Queen's address. Has she finished then? Was it quick? I think the thing is, I'm sorry, I have to clean these glasses again. I think I've got two pairs here. I'll work out which are best in a minute. I sort of thought the Queen might be going on for a little bit, but they actually told us what she was going to say on the news, which I thought was a bit rubbish. They said the Queen is going to say, and then practically read her script. And I thought, all right then. But I'm sure she was very, very good. So yeah, we might catch up with it later.
We definitely will.
No wet bottom. Are you talking about Mike here, Barry, or his onions? Hi, Dean. Dean.
I know what you mean, Barry. I think they can get like that.
Hi, Ross.
And then they just sort of damp off, don't they, and collapse, yeah.
Yeah, they do. But then I put on the, no, they don't like sitting in the water. Well, who does? My good old Uncle Arthur, long may he rest in peace. Is that what you say? May he rest in peace. He used to say about his plants, it would be ready to plant them out when your soil was warm enough for you to want to lie in it. Was that it? Something like that.
I think so.
If your soil's damp or wet, he used to say, would you like to go and sit in that? And I used to go, no. And he'd say, well, neither do your plants. And that was it. So, yeah, I suppose it's quite similar. They don't like sitting in the wet. Hey, Dean, your prem isn't working. Dean, your prem isn't working. Russ says. Don't know what that means. But, yeah. So anyway, this is what we've been doing to try and keep ourselves busy. We're both working from home. And a nice liquid feed of cow muck.
All right.
Well, that's interesting.
When they're established, I take it, Barry.
Yeah. If you put your bare bum cheeks on the ground, if it's cold, then too cold for plants. I don't know what our allotment committee would think of that. Although, I suppose our allotment is far enough away from everyone else that we probably could get away with it.
Yeah.
Although the person who owns the allotments, because it's privately owned, his house overlooks, it's like the big house at the end, isn't it? And it overlooks our allotment. And he's a judge, isn't he?
Retired.
Retired judge. And yeah, I think we might get into trouble if he opened his curtains one morning. And Mike and I were doing Mooney's testing the soil. But there you go, it's a good tip. Yeah, bare bum. You sit there for 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, Barry says yes. We've actually, if you walk across to the allotment, we go right through the cows, don't we? And I know the dried cow pats are very, very good for starting fires with. So maybe you could put some in some water.
I have tried picking up some bits of some molehills on the way across to the allotment, Barry.
Yeah.
So I'm mixing up some molehill soil, some topsoil, with a bit of cow muck to give me the magic, the magic medium that I need to grow my giant onion in.
Do you want to pass those bags up?
No.
No.
We've got 2 bags there, the 2 poo bags. One's got a bit of molehill in it, and the other one has got some sand from a bit of floodplain that was flooded recently. I thought that'd be good.
Can I just say, when Mike says poo bags, this is because of the dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We don't bag poo.
We don't mind. We don't mind experimenting with some mixed of soil.
Yeah, but we don't. We only take poo bags out to pick up the dog's poo. Otherwise, that'd be weird. And then I came in the kitchen the other day, and did I put it on my Facebook page? I don't know if I did. And there was a full poo bag sitting on the kitchen table. I thought, what on earth has Mike put there? And he was quite matter of fact. He said, no, don't worry, it's a molehill that he picked up with his hands. Then I went out the front door. There's another full poo bag by the front door. Don't worry, it's sand. So one of these days he's going to get his poo bags mixed up, and there's he'll have a very sorry onion, I think.
Jane and I used to live in this place in Northumberland many years ago, and we were so skint and so poor that we decided that it was worth a try to see if we could pick up some dried old cow pats and see if we could burn them on the wood burning stove. Do you remember that? Yeah. They're really good fire stuff. I think Kelly said.
Desperate times. Kelly up in Scotland, she said about using cow pats. Oh, someone's phone's going off. Oh, it's my phone. Hold on.
It didn't work brilliantly, I'll say that. Probably better for the giant onions than actually for a fire.
Charlotte's on. 1 second. Okay, Charlotte, I'm actually online. Do you want me to show you? It's my daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. Okay, so say bye now, Charlotte. We'll speak to you later.
All right. Yeah, talk to you later. Sorry about that.
Bye.
Have a good one. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you. I suppose we should really have told people we were doing this, but like I say, very last minute.
I like the idea of the cow pats in the drum with the sand. People do try all kinds of things, and I think that's
Brian, lovely to see you.
That's one of the lovely things about an allotment. I think you've got so many people with so many different ideas on what to do.
Yeah, Dean. Whereabouts are you in Northumberland, Dean? I know you're from that neck of the woods, and I'm sure you told me at Malvern. I can't remember, but we were very
high up.
We were very high up physically and very poor financially, weren't we? Yeah. And so one of the things you did used to go and collect the cow pats to start the fire, and we also used to go sticking. We used to just go out and collect twigs and things to start the fire with. We had like a wood burning stove. You wouldn't be able to do it now.
We used to line our potato trenches with chopped up nettles.
Well, you can still do that, couldn't you? Because it's nitrogen. Very good nitrogen.
We used to live in a cardboard box in the middle of the road.
Oh, shut up. No, we didn't. We lived in a very nice little place. Hey, Kelly, I was just talking about you. Kelly, were you someone who told us that you used to burn cow pats? They make good fire starters. Or have I had some sort of weird dream? Okay, I know we have, and I'm sure I was speaking to someone else who had. So, oh, Ashley, you lost your internet for a bit. Don't worry, everything's going pear-shaped a bit at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, conversation shed. I use comfrey.
That's Russ.
Sorry, yeah. If I can get some comfrey, I use that.
Yeah. There's usually loads of nettles as well, though. Benny, hi, hello, nice to have you here. Dean's not far from. Oh, Steph, you're in concert. Okay, so you're all up in that. Well, you're not. Two of you have been up there. We were north of Hexham. I mean, Mike's from Newcastle, as you can probably tell from
East End in Newcastle.
But then we
Walker.
moved. Walker. Oh,
Yeah.
Walker.
Yeah.
And then we lived north of Hexham, which is when we were very, very high up, just for a couple of years. Let's see. No, Kelly, no. I've just had a weird dream then, haven't I? About you probably feel honoured that I think I've had that conversation with you about burning cow pats for fuel. But there we go. You started a fire with Doritos. Similar things. I've never been a fan, but I've got the same consistency as a right thing.
I wonder if anybody's ever used Doritos as a sort of as an onion fertilizer.
Well, maybe you could flavour your onions.
I don't think the salt wouldn't be good, would it? But seaweed's good.
What have seaweed got to do with Doritos?
Seaweed's very good for effort.
Well, seaweed's good for loads of stuff, but not Doritos.
No. But
why don't you do one of your challenges? Tell the neighbours that Doritos are really good for onions. And so when they do the challenge,
they all fail.
They'll all fail.
You don't want them all to fail.
Yeah. Hi, Caroline. Yeah, you're from Edinburgh. Oh, I bet you've got the most beautiful accent, Caroline. I love the Edinburgh accent. It's really, really soft. But hi, Pam. Lovely to see you. We were talking about you earlier on because we've still got loads and loads and loads of seeds. And we've been passing them around neighbours and friends, haven't we? You know, and it's all thanks to you. So thank you still thank you. Hi, Patricia. Lovely to see you. And Jerry's here. I've missed Jerry. Hi, Jerry. This is, neither of us have got good eyesight. I'm going to be switching between my two. These are varifocals. These are readers.
We've not really thought this through because I said to Jane before we started.
It's just a conversation with friends.
I said before we started, you read the questions. And she said, yeah, that's fine. I'll read the questions.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know they'd be so small. They're really small. And shall I pull this closer? Let's see if I can pull this closer without knocking everything off. You see, we haven't got a fancy phone, so this is literally my laptop on top of a 10-litre thing
of Crown Emulsion.
Which I got just before the lockdown with all good intentions of decorating the whole house, didn't I?
It is Jane's birthday soon, so if anybody's got any ideas for any really nice little tripods for a laptop, let me know.
You can't get a tripod for a laptop.
I know.
I've just thought of something you could get me though.
What?
It's so easy for Mike when it's my birthday because he just says, "Oh, I think you need such and such for your computer or your camera."
Yeah.
He doesn't have to think at all. But the little. I'll tell you later. Okay. You're totally blind. I don't think you are, Patricia. Otherwise, you wouldn't make such fantastic cakes. They are just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah. Even with your glasses, I know. So, who's watched The Queen? Does anyone feel better now? Does everyone feel better that the Queen's spoken?
Do you know what? She says a lot of things that a lot of people feel, doesn't she?
They do. She does. She does. And it makes a lot of people feel better.
It gives a lot of comfort to a lot of people, yeah.
You've got soil on the end of your nose.
I've got soil on the end of my nose. I've been up there digging for victory today, haven't I?
Yeah. Okay. I know, Russ, you should see our cake as well on the Facebook page. I know you very often put some on, Patricia. It's gorgeous. Coffee and walnut's my favourite. I'm guessing Patricia and Jerry. Am I? No, Patricia does the cake. Oh, Jerry's so enchanted. Jerry, you're so enchanted. Jerry is brilliant.
Right.
With with all sorts of stuff. But recently she painted those windows, Jerry. She's got some second-hand windows. Have you painted them, Jerry, or are they transferred? I think you said they were like decals, transfers that you've put on them, that you're going to do something with them and let us know what you do. But it's a secret at the moment. So I'm guessing you're going to have some sort of lovely greenhouse.
I'm so
sorry, Jerry. I am. But Patricia, I'm sure it's here. Or maybe she's not. You should have just accepted the thanks for the cakes, actually, Jerry. But yeah, I know who you are. Of course I do. Of course you. Yeah, those transfers are really good. In fact, we've been looking at some for. We've had our front windows replaced recently, and the back windows. The bathroom window. We've got quite a nice Victorian frosted glass in, haven't we?
Yeah. But
it does need replacing. And I've said to Mike, instead of going for a similar thing, we might think of some of those transfers. Because having looked, been inspired by you, Jerry, that there's some absolutely beautiful ones out there, aren't there? It's really, really nice ones. So yes, I do know who you are. Of course I do. Of course I do. Right. Who else is on? They're in the garden. I put the photos up today. Yes, I know you bake as well. So many of you, I think most of you here go over to Planet Vegetarian as well, the Facebook page and probably the YouTube channel as well. And I am constantly amazed at the standard of baking that goes on there. Bread. Have we ever, between us, ever? I mean, we're quite old and we do cook. Have we ever made a decent loaf of bread?
Once or twice.
Once, maybe.
Once or twice. We had a bread maker.
Forgotten.
The bread maker used to make little sort of really solid little cylinders of bread, but it wasn't.
Yeah, with a hole in the bottom where the paddle went round. Yeah. But of course, now you're gluten-free. It's impossible to make nice bread for you anyway.
You might as well just give up on bread, pretty much.
Yeah, which is what you've done, isn't it? I mean, sourdough. We could do with some sourdough. I did. Oh, Kelly, I know you love baking bread. Honestly, it makes your mouth water when you see some of the things you've baked. I bet you. Do you have disasters in the kitchen and just not show them? Or is everything you take out of your oven fantastic? I throw this question out to everybody because I think I'm 50-50.
And does anybody make gluten-free bread? Has anybody got any good recipes?
Russ, I don't know about the bread makers. No, sorry, I'm talking to Russ. Brian, it might be simple for you, but I suppose it's just getting the knack, isn't it? And I suppose like a confidence thing as well. Because I know the amount of flour that you use will depend on the make and the temperature in the room and all that sort of stuff. And so you need to be able to feel it. Whereas because I'm very new to it. Hi, Rachel Jane. Because I'm very new to it, I feel like I need to follow the recipe. Absolutely. And so therefore I haven't got the feel. I need to do it many times.
Can I come back to Barry here and say, Barry, my nana used to make stotty cakes when I was a kid. It's got a really fond memory of the smell of it, the texture of it. And you just, I don't know, you never get anything that's quite as good as that. You used to have an amazing sort of open texture to it, the sponginess.
Go on, describe what a stotty is for those that don't know.
So stotty is like a sort of flat bread that's made in the northeast. I'm sure it's made elsewhere in the country as well, but it's a sort of like a flat loaf, but with a lovely kind of open, springy texture. Fantastic. The best bread, I think.
Yeah.
Geordie focaccia. That's how I describe it. Geordie focaccia, but without the garlic or the olive oil.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, got to stick your thumb in the middle of it for a stotty. Thing is, though, like if you said to your mum, who like brought you up on stotties, if you said to her, "Would you like some focaccia?" she'd go, "Oh no," but it's a similar thing, isn't it? It's flatbread. That's what it is.
Yeah, but with a really unusual open texture, lots of sort of big air bubbles in it. You know, I love the texture of that.
Hi, Lorraine.
Proper stotty.
Call them a bin lid in West Yorkshire. I suppose it depends on the size of your bin. Yeah, but yeah. You can go with gluten-free. Yeah, gluten-free fry is a bit hard. You can put that xanthan gum in it. I spilt it the other day, by the way. It fell off the shelf.
Right.
So xanthan gum is now, I'll tell you this, it's in a plastic bag on the top shelf upside down, so just be careful.
I made a cheese sandwich, or rather my daughter made a cheese sandwich for me to do with some gluten-free bread. And I found the best strategy to make a nice cheese sandwich with gluten-free bread
is to take the bread off.
Is just to, normally it is take the bread off.
The cheese.
But this time I thought I'm just going to stick it in the microwave for about a minute, shove it in the microwave. It's really good.
I suppose the moisture off the cheese, it's the moistness, isn't it?
It was edible. I ate all the bread for once. Yeah.
The gluten is what makes it moist. It gives it that
elasticity. Yeah.
And that's so that's not there.
You're knackered.
Yeah.
You are knackered. Yeah.
Hey, Sue. Alice. Hello. You've used up all your carrots in James's carrot birthday cake. What other veggies can be used in cakes?
Beetroot.
Oh, beetroot.
Beetroot, definitely.
Beetroot. Oh, Kelly, come on. I don't know if you've done this.
Beetroot's really good in a dark chocolate cake.
Isn't it Nigella that, beetroot and chocolate. Beetroot and chocolate, if you've got any beetroot handy. Courgette, obviously.
Courgette,
but anything in a cake, really. I mean, all it does.
Not turnip. Or potato cakes.
Well, actually, was it Jerry before mentioned potato bread? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because it's the moisture. And I think actually, in the war, they made potato bread.
I bet you can use sweet potato in a cake.
There's, of course, there's banana, there's that sort of thing. Courgette, yeah, Rachel Jane. Beetroot, courgette. Yeah, I bet there is parsnip cakes on. Beetroot brownies. Oh, they sound good.
Beetroot. We've got loads of beetroot
Yeah.
here. When you come up next, we'll give you a load of beetroot because we've got tons from last summer, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah.
Where?
Up at the allotment.
Where?
It's being kept just in case everything shuts down due to coronavirus.
Do you not want to give away your location?
We're going to make loads of borscht.
Stop telling me where it is.
We're going to make this kind of
Where
Russian
is it then?
borscht
I
with
didn't
our
know that,
beetroot.
did he?
We've got a massive stash of beetroot.
Yeah, but we had a massive stash of potatoes and the rats got them.
The mice have eaten them. The mice have eaten a lot.
What, the potatoes?
Yeah.
Not the beetroot.
No, they can't stand
Well,
the
how do you
beetroot.
know? How do you know they haven't eaten the beetroot?
They don't eat the beetroot because they get the stain on their paws, don't they, on their little feet, and you can catch them then.
We've had. Yeah, Jerry, in a griddle pan. So is your potato bread then? Is that like a scone? You're saying about in a griddle pan. I'm taking it you do it in a scone.
June, if you can't get your seed potatoes,
Pumpkin
potatoes,
donuts.
why don't you try planting some potatoes from the shop? You know, it's not the end of the world to try
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
I'd buy some
If you can get
desiree,
them.
leave them on a windowsill. In 2 weeks' time, you can pop them in as main crop potatoes. You know, the little ones. That's what I would do. Or have a look in your cupboard, and if you've got some nice little potatoes that are starting to sprout, pop them in.
Yeah. Hold on, Brian. Flatten out a bowl, put drained sauteed broccoli rabe and garlic. Oh, roll up and bake.
Oh, sounds nice.
Oh, that does sound nice. That's quite inventive, isn't it? Okay, Nick's planted his shallots and peas. Oh, Jerry, I thought you were going to say you'd post me some.
No.
But no, you're going to post me the pig and the recipe. That'd be good. That'd be really good. I'd really appreciate that. That'd be great. That does sound really good, Brian. Okay.
Oh, pumpkin donuts.
He's taking a potato. He's taking a potato pancake, but the Americans do make a bread cake with potatoes and they're amazing. Yeah, like I say, I do think this is the sort of thing they used in the war when flour was scarce. They'd use potatoes. I don't know why flour was scarce. Actually, flour's scarce now. Can't get flour at the shops. It's strange, the shelves that are empty. I know things are evening out a lot now, but
it's no wonder we've got a problem with diabetes in the country.
shop bought zero potatoes last year, Kelly. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Largest crop of the lot. Yeah,
That's,
it can work.
that's
can't it?
interesting.
I mean, I know they're not certified disease-free or anything like that, but
That sounds good. Brian said as well, cheese and mozzarella. Oh, cheese. If you eat cheese, add mozzarella. I think mozzarella on the top of anything is good, isn't it?
Mm.
We really love it.
here's a question. I've got a question for people.
I want to answer Nick's
Sorry,
thing.
you answer this.
Nick has planted his peas and his shallots today.
Good.
And I don't think we've actually got any peas. In fact,
We haven't.
we're tending to go to the shop once a week and doing what we always used to do, which is just a big shop. And it would have to last the week. And if you ran out of stuff by the end of the week, you had to wait. And so tomorrow we're going to look out for those dried marifat peas, the bigger peas that you get in the cardboard box, and we're going to try with those. But we haven't got shallots in it all yet.
I agree with those
Oh,
comments
have
about.
we?
Yes, we have, but I agree with those comments about supermarket potatoes and supermarket shallots as well. You can plant them out if you're struggling to get any onions in or get onion seed. Sorry, it's a bit late for onion seed, but you can definitely plant shop-grown shallots.
Well, that's interesting because our onions that we strung last year are in the back room. We've still got a good few left, but they've gone. They've shooted.
They've lasted a long time, though, haven't they?
They have. They've been brilliant, but they've shooted.
Yeah.
Could we plant them?
No.
Why?
Because they're onions, so they're not going to split, are they, like a shallot would?
I
A shallot's
suppose
like a
that's
bulb, like a
shame.
garlic, and it's going to multiply.
Where's Bill? Bill makes potato falls. Oh, I've heard of a fall, but I've never had one. Again, I think they're like a savoury flat. You know, you get your Scotch pancakes. They're like those, but they're savoury. Okay. Hello, Karen. Hi, Joanne.
Karen, you said they're stopping some weed sales. Does that mean seed sales?
Does that mean we can't buy weed?
If we can't buy weeds, we're in
No,
trouble.
Believe you me, we don't need any of that. Here's green shaft, lovely and peas. Yeah. Oh, Jerry, would you? If you've got some spare, that would be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, don't go doing yourself short though.
Oh, And
because honestly, we'll make do. But if you've got some spare, that would be brilliant.
can I just say to Rachel here, Rachel Jane's Allotment. Rachel, we took a big box of Marifat peas about 3 years ago.
That's what I was saying.
At our old allotment, and we sowed them really, really thickly.
Yeah.
So there's plenty there for the mice to run off with, but we had the best ever crop of peas.
Yeah, we did.
Fantastic.
We did, yeah. So.
And a Manche 2 really is just an underdeveloped pea, isn't it?
Well, thank you, Jerry. Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. You've got no potatoes, but you've got plenty of wine. Well, you're all right, haven't you? You're all right. What do you need potatoes for?
I
Have a couple of glasses. Yes, you're fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Russ has got spare broad beans and French beans if anyone wants some, but no spare peas. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with Russ, we're actually okay. I'd actually ordered beans, haven't I? I've got some of those Kentucky wax beans.
Yeah. I think
You've got some left from last year. That's very generous of you, Russ. Thank you.
I bet anybody who's struggling to get some pea
Hi,
seeds
Janine.
could probably still get Marifat peas. I bet you can still get boxes of Marifat peas.
Yeah, I think you can. It depends if they've become an essential item and everyone's rushed to the shops and bought them, thinking that we've gone back to wartime.
I don't think
because
so.
we keep getting told we're in the war.
It's not as essential as pasta.
Yeah, but plum tomatoes have gone and tinned beans. I mean, I used to go to the shop and we've always got loads of like tinned mixed beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, butter beans, that sort of stuff in the cupboard. As standard. They're all gone. And I'm sure the people who bought them have never really bought them before.
Or in that quantity, like toilet.
That quantity. Plum tomatoes, everyone's gone mad for. Well, actually, chopped tomatoes.
If you're going to buy all that
Mad for
pasta, you're going to
aren't
need plum tomatoes, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, Janine, what's it like in New Zealand at the moment? I know you'll be several hours behind, ahead. Are you behind or ahead in New Zealand, Janine? And Karen as well. Hi, Karen. Two from New Zealand there. That's lovely. Are you having some nice weather? Are you able to get out and enjoy the nice weather? What's going on over there?
And yes, beans will sprout, yeah.
Yeah.
Dried beans are dried beans. Or sorry, dried peas, rather.
Yeah, Ross, I've still got quite a few Belotti beans, not even from last year, but from the year before that we've just forgotten about, really, in the back room, haven't we?
We've been joined by Richard and Paul.
Richard and Paul! Hey! Hi! Richard and Paul, we're talking about beans. I know you'd be interested. Yeah, we've got Belotti beans that are about 2 years old in the back room. And to be honest, we've avoided eating them because we did soak some for ages. And then I did them in the pressure cooker and they were really, really hard. I'm sure they made us ill. So they made me a bit ill.
Did they?
Yes. So we've ignored them, but I suppose we could try planting them and see what happens, can't we? Marifat peas, yeah, the pea shoots. That's what I'm encouraging people to do. We've got a couple of families on the road, we're saying, for the kids, get them to grow something indoors. Pea shoots are perfect because you can see them. We used to have, was it an 80s thing or a 90s thing? You used to get sprouters. I know you can still get them, but everyone suddenly went mad on sprouting their own beans and alfalfa beans and that sort of thing. I think, again, Kelly, I think you still do that. But don't we love how you haven't done that? Maybe we should start doing that again. But beans, yes, Paul, and Belotti beans as well.
We're definitely going to grow up Belottis again, aren't we?
Oh, we're going to have to. We're going to have to. But yeah, you can stop lurking now, June. Richard and Paul are here. So you can come out from wherever you're lurking and say hello. You could try planting them. Yeah, we may as well, because we're probably not going to eat them. I suppose it depends how long this situation continues.
Can I just say about Jane's culinary skills?
No,
that
Kelly,
skill level.
They are quite good.
That skill level is very low. It's very low. When I first met Jane, the first meal that she ever cooked for me was plum tomatoes.
Meal.
It was plum tomatoes with what was it with? What did you put in there?
Black pepper.
Black pepper on toast.
I think it was on toast.
It was just on toast. It was a timeless meal.
I think it was on toast.
I've never had it before.
Oh dear. Yeah, I know. It was but I tell you what, I was a lot slimmer than Mike.
And we both were. No wonder.
It was almost like plum tomatoes, and it was almost like the black pepper. Because we never had black pepper at home. It was always like very,
we haven't heard.
Dusty white.
We haven't heard of olives, have we?
Oh God, no, ovals. No, So black pepper was really quite exotic for me. So that was the serving suggestion, was having the black pepper on top. But Mike, having been used to stotties, wasn't impressed at all. Do you remember when I did you those prawns and didn't take the shell off?
Oh God!
That was the next meal.
I could make a basic curry, things like that when I went to college, you know, and Jane couldn't really.
Yeah, well, because you know, hi Bradley. I don't think we need to talk about my cooking much more. I think that's
Kelly, I think
yes,
we
my
can try that
ballotti bean
tomorrow.
bake. No, my ballotti bean bake. Paul remembers it, and he does his own version of it,
Yes.
which is probably a lot nicer. But that's always quite nice.
Ballotti beans are amazing, though.
They are amazing. I was going to say you can't really go wrong, but clearly I did.
There's a great Italian dish called ribolletta, which is fantastic with ballotti
Tomato
beans.
on toast, Kelly. Exactly. Bit of cheese on top.
Don't
Lovely.
spoil them with the cheese.
Sorry, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to someone else. I was saying 3 weeks ago. I know, Kelly, it's weird, isn't it? It's interesting what goes first. Like I say, with our weekly shop now, it means on Monday we're rich for everything, but we've both got very different. When you were born, I like that actually. When on a Monday when we do our shop, we've got everything. By this time on a Sunday night, because we're refusing to go more than we need to, we haven't got a lot. Well, we've got Mike's homemade flapjacks.
That lasted 3 days.
Yeah, it has lasted 3 days.
It lasted me 3 days.
Because nobody wanted to eat them.
I'm the only person who eats it.
We did, yeah. Why?
Because it's horrible.
It's not nice. But by this time on a Sunday, yeah. But what it means is, and I think you are a good cook, Mike. Sometimes, but Mike just goes mad in the kitchen and goes, oh, I've got all this food, I'm going to have this and that and the other, and then we'll have this and that and the other, and he'll use the whole week's food, or rather he'll use the best bits in one meal.
Remember, you're talking about somebody here who's coming from this plum tomatoes on toast background.
Yeah, but it's a meal.
I like a bit of onion in there, maybe a bit of pepper.
Anyway, it means by Tuesday we've got nothing left. So yeah. So anyway, there's a little bit of a little bit of conflict, haven't we, in the cooking front while Mike's off.
I think with the old dried beans, they're fine if you soak them overnight. A little bit of salt. People sometimes use those little tablets. What are they called again? Do you remember those tablets? Can't think what they're called now.
Sterident.
Oh, there's some kind of
tablets.
There's a kind of like a tablet that you put in with
Camden tablets.
No, it's not Camden tablets. There's some kind of tablets, not like Alka-Seltzer, but it's something you put in with beans when you're trying to kind of revive them overnight.
Yeah, I think water does that.
But 12 hours soaking, I think, and then you boil them for 45 minutes. They're going to be fine.
Oh, a bit of bacon in there. Bicarb tablets.
Yeah, that's
bicarb. And bread soda as well. Okay. Oh, your little dog, Ashley. Take your little dog out, sweetie. Yeah. See you later. Lovely to see you. Bye.
I think if you're worried about your beans, you can just.
Hi, Lucy. Southern Illinois. Hello. Sending all our love over there. Hope you're all okay. Yeah. What was I going to say, then?
I was talking about discarding the water from the top of your beans when you're boiling beans. Just making sure you get rid of the scum and making sure the beans are nice and soft before you eat them.
Yeah, but what?
Bit of common sense, really, I think.
What is that? What is that scum?
It's toxins coming out of the bean.
That's what it is, really. Tell you what, I've found quite difficult to do, and I do think that good, Lucy, good. I love gigantus beans, but they take forever to soften. Or am I doing something wrong? I mean, clearly you're going to have to soak them for longer than something like kidney beans because of the size of them. But even after boiling, and something makes me think, I think, Paul, you mentioned this the other day on something. Some beans you can boil and they just don't go soft at all. What's going on there? I don't know.
Maybe when you don't soak them long enough?
I don't know. You've got to be careful with kidney beans. Oh, yeah, exactly. Russ. That put me off having them for years. Then again, as students, we used to buy the pressure. I'm going to pressure cooker, Rachel Jane.
We did have one, but it blew up some years ago. The pressure valve. The pressure valve suddenly blew off the top. We're making a stew, and this tomato stew just went all over the kitchen, and splashed everywhere.
It had cabbage in it.
Cabbage, and it was horrendous.
It had cabbage.
Oh, was that it?
It was cabbage.
It wasn't tomato and cabbage. It was
And
just
the girls
cabbage.
were only little, and we had this little table in the kitchen at the time, and they were sitting there. I was saying, "Yes, they'll be ready in a minute," and all of a sudden, it just we had cabbage coming off the ceiling for weeks. Yeah, I'm sure there's still some up there, but pressure cook tomato sauce. Tomato sauce can inhibit softening. Oh, right. So you've got to make sure they're really soft
Well soaked.
before you put them in with your tomatoes. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that at all.
But if they're hard, when you take some out, you know, and they're still hard, you've got to cook them on, haven't you? Just keep cooking them.
Yeah. I think Vivi says 2 hours. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if they get so old, they will hardly ever fully hydrate again. I know, that's what I think's happened to these ones in the back room. So we might try planting them. As can too much salt or sugar in the beans when you're boiling them. Yeah. Hi, Jednu is all right. Okay. Yeah, don't know what that means. Okay. The great bean debate. Someone said before, I'm sorry, the name's gone off. It's going so quickly. About it's actually quite nice looking in the freezer at the moment. I mean, you realise how spoilt you are, don't you? When we can just pop out to the shop and get what we want.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the end of the week, you're starting to be quite inventive again with food.
And we're making dishes that last us for 2 days at a time.
Sometimes we are, yeah. But it's we're eating a lot more because you're not out at work. You're not usually home for lunch. Anna's not usually home. I mean, there's 3 of us here. There's my other daughter, who you would have seen earlier on, who is FaceTiming me, Charlotte. She's down in London, so she's tucked up down there. She's okay. Touch wood.
Yeah.
Everything okay. But Anna's at home with us. So yeah, all of a sudden it's like weekend meals every day because we're all at home. And even though you're working from home, and I'm tutoring from home, that's a treat.
I tell you what, for anybody out there who does work from home, I'm dead jealous because it's fantastic being able to just finish what you're doing, pop downstairs to the kitchen, make yourself something to eat, get back upstairs, get back working on your computer again. You're back at the PC within half an hour. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Like Paul says, always good to have leftovers, and Paul, doesn't it always taste nice the next day? Oh, we look forward to having it the next day. What's that? Russ just said, sorry, Dean's just said, I started keeping potato peelings to make potato skins the next day. Ooh, that is being thrifty, isn't it?
That is thrifty.
Oh, hey, should we do that?
I'm not really sure what they are.
Potato skins.
I know what they are. I mean, I know a potato skin is the skin of a potato, but I've never eaten them.
Potato's straightforward.
What do you do with them? What do you do with them?
Do you mean like you'd actually have the whole skin and stuff it, Dean? Or do you mean you'd chop it into strips and like make them into crisps? I
Make it into kind of crisp.
Make it into sort of crispy things. Hi, Country Life Crafts. Hello. Yes, thank you. We're well, thank you. Hope you are.
It is true about working from home. I think people think you just sit around doing nothing.
Deep fry them. Deep fry them. Ooh.
We'll try that, and I think we need a good crisp recipe as well.
We do need a good crisp recipe. But I'm not a deep fat fryer. I don't really like deep fat fryers. And then I get cross with you if you do deep fry anything, because then you just use all our oil in one saucepan, and then it gets thrown out. Yeah, I know, but you know, but not easy work. I suppose you can do them in the oven. Spray them, do them in the oven. Yeah, Paul, Charlotte actually phoned to FaceTime and video call me, and so we said hello to her on here. But yeah, she's fine.
I love this idea of baking the skins with cheese on top. I think I've never heard of anything quite as frugal as that, but I think we'll give it a go. Top. This is like the Guernsey potato peel pie society, isn't it?
Okay, hold on. When I peel potatoes, I keep the peelings and pop them in the deep fat fryer. No, I've got to say, Richard and Paul, we don't really peel our potato. It depends on the potato. I've got to say, we have bought some since the mouse party in our shed.
I think
we had to buy some, and sometimes the skins aren't that nice.
I was going to say the only time I actually peel a potato anyway is if I'm going to make mashed potatoes.
I can't be
doing with the peeling a mashed potato in mash.
Yeah, we're all fine. Oh, good, brilliant. That's good to hear you well. That's good to hear you well. It does sound nice. You can lightly toss potato peelings In a little, yeah, I think that's probably what we do, Paul. We do it with some salt. Some salt on it. Really
I'm a
dry
skin
now,
on
nice and
person.
crispy.
I'm a skin on person for
Yeah,
chips.
we do tend to leave skins on. I don't call. No, Richard and Paul, someone was talking about this on your chat the other day about dirty chips. I thought dirty chips were chips with the skin on, but apparently they're not. They've got
What are they?
got cheese on, like cheesy chips. Half and half. Elif will know that when you're Elif. Half and half. Try soaking overnight. Oh, what's that, Rush? You try soaking your potato peelings overnight with a drop of vinegar. I always peel a potato to make mash. Oh, you've been doing some good cold cannon.
Oh, cold cannon, yeah.
Cold
Yeah.
cannon.
But
Because we've got cabbage in.
I didn't realise there were so many
Using-
people out there using potato skins.
No, but isn't that good though?
I can
It's
go
good
back
not to
this.
waste any.
Yeah, it is good.
Absolutely good not
It
to
is
waste
good.
any.
Mine go in the bean trench.
Yeah, you leave them on for mash. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll get on to that in a minute. Joanne, just crush them with the skins on. Cheese sauce, cheesy chips and gravy. Yeah, Russ, that did come up the other day. I can do chips and gravy. Can't do cheesy chips and gravy. Don't think I've ever tried cheesy chips.
No.
But cheese and gravy.
We're in Stoke. We're sort of close to Stoke, and it's a big thing in Stoke, cheese and chips.
This talk is sorry, Kelly. I know. Think about these things being really bad for you though. Where's the chips too? Where's the chips too? Soak them beforehand with a drop of vinegar. It helps make them crispy. That's really
Do you know, I think I'm going to peel some potatoes right after this chat.
I think, yeah, Nick, I'm sort of with you there, really. But don't you feel inspired? Next time you look at a potato, think of all the possibilities. Kelly's Kitchen Garden. I've only just eaten and I'm starving again. Yeah, we're all hungry now. We've had a bit of a conflab recently, haven't we? Sorry, you just said about lining the bean trenches. We've had a bag of peelings, etc., in the corner of the kitchen.
Some people would use a bin. We've just got a big bag.
We have got a bin, but Mike uses a bag. And Mike's been promising to take it to the allotment, but I'm conflicted. I don't know about the rest of you here. I'm conflicted about the allotment. I feel, while I've got a garden and while we're at the stage of the year where I can do stuff from home, as in sow the seeds, look after the seeds, pop them on, I'm happy doing that from home, knowing that the allotment is there and ready for when I'm going to need it in a month's time. It'll be a completely different ballgame in a month's time as far as getting your plants out is concerned. So I'm not going up because much as I could say it's my daily exercise, in truth be told, my daily exercise is taking the dog out for a good walk for an hour a day. So whereas Mike's just going up.
Well, I'm not going up all the time.
No,
I'm going up sometimes. If I go up, I'm going
few days.
I'm going up every few days. And I'm going there for a protracted amount of time. And luckily, we've got a really big plot.
Yeah.
And there's nobody within about 30, 40 feet of you. So I think
I know.
we're not in danger of spreading coronavirus. I don't think.
No, I know. But I like Jerry says, in Ireland, they haven't got a choice. They've been closed. And it's for the last week, isn't it, Jerry? It's been for quite a while. And like Russ says, yeah, if you've got chickens, if you've got any form of livestock, you've got to go up. And I know a lot of people have got, they've got back gardens. A good friend of ours is actually in the process of turning her garden over, isn't she? Halfway. She's meant to do it for years, and this has given her the encouragement to turn over half a garden, hasn't she? So we've been trying to help out with seeds and things there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel a bit conflicted. And how I'd feel if I thought this was it now and I wouldn't be able to go up at all. And certainly, Jerry, how I'd feel if we were told we definitely couldn't go up. Oh, that would be very upsetting. I do feel for you, Jerry, but I know you've got a lovely garden.
Richard and Paul.
And you're keeping yourself really busy, which I think is really important.
Richard and Paul, I'm with you on this one. I think if it was the case that I had to walk past people in close proximity or anything like that, I definitely wouldn't go. But as luck would have it, ours is, well, it's pretty big and pretty open, and you've got more space at the allotment than you'd have in your gardens generally, by and large. certainly you're further away from people than we would be in our own garden.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I mean, they're talking about, hello, Guru, hello there, from Eden.
And it does you good mentally, does you
Well,
good
it
to get
does.
out.
Obviously, it does. And
Does you good
many
to get
people
out.
have said that. Yeah, it's very, very important to keep your mental
Yeah.
health
I don't run.
on a level
I
at this
can't.
point.
I can't run. My knees are too dodgy. I'm not going to go to the gym.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I can go and dig.
Yeah, I know. Barry, you're very lucky. Yeah, I know. I was talking to Tony O'Neill earlier on. His is just across the road. Of course, you've got Liz and Hugh. And Kelly, you've got your gardens. It's an extension of your house. So that's great. But I mean, yeah, zombies are coming. Yeah, I know. Turn your plot into a fort. We've got our neighbours here have got like a little air pistol the young lad's been practicing with. And so we've asked if we can borrow that should the zombie apocalypse
I think if the zombies do come, I think we'll probably have to admit that we're not going to be able to keep our leeks for very long, are we?
Yeah.
On our plot. So it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's really not about
it's not. And I'm just
saving yourself in a food crisis. It's not about that.
It's not about that at all. But I think when you see, this is going to be controversial, but I think if people are being told they can't go out for a walk and then sit in the sun for half an hour, and these are people who haven't got garden space, they're being told they've got to go back indoors.
But everybody's circumstances are different. Yeah,
but then where's the line? Where's the line? Where do you say, oh yeah, but I'm all right because I can go there, but they're not allowed to sit out there? Their need might be much greater than mine. It's ever so tricky, and I think a lot of us are being.
But if you live in
using our judgment,
if you live in heavily populated areas, you are going to be crossing paths with people, and you are going to be spreading the disease.
Yeah, you're right. Fresh air, exercise, and vitamin D. I mean, the vitamin D thing is a big, big thing. My mum and dad are very, very old. My mum in particular is very infirm, and she's worried about going outside. They've got a nice garden. She's worried about going outside in case she catches anything. She's been absolutely terrified of everything at the moment. And I keep saying to her, at least if you go outside with a blanket around you, go and get your vitamin D, because we need it to boost our immune systems, don't we, apart from anything else? So, yeah, Lucy. I like that, Lucy. We'll give the zombies the bad themes. That'll sort them out.
Yeah. Just tell the zombies, don't bother soaking it, cook it straight away, give it half an hour, you'll be fine.
We'll give them one of Mike's competition onions and say, grow that. It'll be grown in a couple of days. You'll be able to eat that, just like you did with the neighbours, and see what they say about that. Let's see. I shouldn't feel guilty. No, I know. We'll be taking yourselves out of part of the food chain. That's true. That is a way of looking at it. The problem is, spend all day out in the plot, isolation guys, and drive to the plot. You know, that's the other thing though. Like,
I do that.
Mike drives up to the plot, and I'm saying to him, you're not supposed to drive to exercise. Again, we're getting these conflicted messages, and I'm not blaming anybody at all, because I think, you know, the people in power are only just ahead of us. You know, they're running as fast as they can at the moment. And so they're saying, don't drive to exercise. Well, clearly we've seen the pictures and we know what they mean. But if you can drive to your allotment, you are a lot safer, because you're not passing anybody, are you?
Yeah, I mean, we live.
But then why is that okay for us?
We live in a small town, and we live very, very close to a canal towpath, and that towpath is full of people who are out taking their daily exercise. So if I can avoid them and keep out of their way, pop up to the plot where there's nobody around, do some digging, and come home. I think it's okay until we get a full lockdown and we're not allowed to do it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, we are close enough to walk the dog there. It takes about.
But you would cross
about a mile.
But if you did that, you'd be more likely to cross more people's paths. Is the point?
This is the thing. We can go to the plot, and I've said this to you. Hey, Terry, hello, lovely to have you here. We can go to the plot without crossing a road. Well, we cross 2 minor roads.
Little Farmer's Farm.
We cross 2 minor roads. So we walk along the towpath, go across the railway lines, tiny road, onto the common plot, cross that, cross the other half of the common plot, tiny road. I mean, literally a sort of passing road, and the allotments are there. But you will pass more people because we have got the towpath at the back gate, which is wonderful. They are one of the places that people are being told. I don't know if I told you this. People are being advised not to go walking along towpaths because bless them, a lot of people have now got more time on their hands. I realise frontline workers certainly haven't. So they're looking for somewhere to go out and exercise. They're looking for nice places to walk. And I think I said on my video last week, it was like Spaghetti Junction out there, wasn't it?
On my first day working from home, I was working from home in the second floor room, looking out over the canal.
Yeah,
and,
you're right. You're right.
And a chap that I work with came walking past. He was 8 miles away from home. He was on a 16-mile round trip walk for his one exercise of the day.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Ross, what's your argument then with the council? You're saying they're opening the gates on a morning and asking us to leave them open, but it means it's full of the contagious public. What gates are they? Are they not the gates of the allotment? I'm not sure what gates they are.
I'm sure they are.
But clearly it's somewhere.
We don't have to open any. Ours gets open in the morning by one person, and then you walk through.
Well, there isn't even a gate to go open and close, is there?
Yeah.
There's the big gate for cars, which have been stopped
True.
now.
Yeah.
Just going down the lane, and there's, you don't even have to touch a gate, do you? You have to touch a gates going in and out of the common plot. So
you don't
have
have
gloves on.
to get your elbow.
Yeah, I suppose we've all got very infected elbows at the minute, but a number of councils are doing similar. Oh, so it is your allotment then, is it, Ross? I'm not sure.
So Caroline,
The main side gate. Oh, I see. Yeah. Walking along the towpath wouldn't be. I said earlier on in the conversation, Caroline, it's we've stopped going out on the towpath so much, and we've found another place now. I mean, we're
very lucky. We are really
we've
lucky.
got lots of places around us, but we're the sort of people we're complaining about in that we've found somewhere else to go. And a lot of the people on the towpath are people who have found that place to go, but we go there because there's no one else there, or at least when we're there. But the towpath is wide enough by us for us to move to one side, as long as the other person moves to one side as well.
And people generally are.
People generally
really
do,
good.
but you'll always get some who just carry on regardless, walk down the middle, dogs off lead, and it can be a bit frustrating. And I'm trying to be very, very patient. I think I'm more patient than ever at the moment with lots. Maybe not.
Being very patient.
Maybe not with Mike, but you've got to have an outlet somewhere. But yeah, because I think everyone's doing these things for a reason. Everyone's stressed. I'm saying we're okay, but we're both worried sick about our parents, aren't we?
Yeah, and friends.
Mike's mum is in a flat, first floor flat up in Newcastle with no outside space to speak of, on her own. Mum and dad are mum's very poorly, dad's their carer.
And they're being very
to help.
And they're getting loads of support from neighbours.
They are. Well, you're getting straight away, but crikey, I really had to track people down for mum and dad. I was really quite cross to begin with. Because I think one of the first things you do, you talk to the people that you know on your road. We've had two beautifully penned letters through our door, asking if we need help. Clearly, we look vulnerable, but it's really nice, And there is a bit of a community spirit, and I do feel for you if you haven't got that by you. Main allotment gates. Okay, let me catch up. Yeah. I think people are being really careful, Terry, aren't you? Would you like to work alone in the fresh air and sunshine, or play push and shove with the herd? Yeah, coughing and sputtering for bog roll. I know. Asta, I know. Terry Kings. Right, I'm just catching up. Hi, Carol. Nice to have you here. Yeah, it's a worry with my dad. Yeah, it is a worry. We do worry about. I think, clearly I'm keeping in touch with my mum and dad several times a day on the phone. They're not good with social media. Bless them. They can't use a mobile. I've tried to FaceTime them several times, and it's as, oh dear, it's as though, their glasses, it's as though they're sitting for a Victorian photo. They just sit there, let's do mum and dad. Okay, they just go like that. And so when you're talking to them, I don't think they realise they can talk back. So really, it's just quicker to pick up the old-fashioned landline. But I can't see a thing of those. But I was talking to Dad, and he was saying at the moment the community spirit. I was saying, isn't it great? It's great. But I'm seeing it all, via this sort of thing, via social media, seeing what people are doing. He, on the other hand, is watching the news and just getting more and more terrified. He's interspersing it with the odd Western and 1940s detective film.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really, really scared, and they haven't got social media. But what we were talking about the war, and I was saying, you know, although he's only young, well, not young, he was young in the war. Yeah, would have been 8. Yeah, he was born in 1936. They both were.
Did his national service.
Yeah.
Spent time in the Far East.
Well, that was later.
Yeah.
But I said, you know, you must remember something of the war. I mean, they're both mum and dad were in like big families, big community spirit and everything.
Liverpool, an area.
Yeah, yeah, and it's and he said, yeah, but the difference was then with the Blitz spirit. Oh, bye, Dean. Sorry, bye, Dean. Hello, 3000%. And Dad was saying, oh no, there has been some really scary, journalism. People have got to be really careful what they read and not to get too worried. Oh, bye, Paul. Bye, Paul. Bye, Richard. Bye, Richard. Lovely to see you. Thank you. But yeah, talking about the wartime spirit and how the community spirit, everyone pulled together. And as Dad said, he said, yes, but that involved people actually getting together. And so going round to each other's houses, cooking for each other, looking after each other, doing things as groups of people and literally bringing people together. Whereas now we've been told we can't do that. And that's the rub.
Yeah, but nevertheless,
that's the difference.
Nevertheless,
you know.
we have had people, they obviously think we're older than we are, I think, because we've had people popping notes through our door saying, if you need any help, we're here to help you.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I think they've done that along the road, haven't they?
This is our number. Yeah, people that you've never spoken to before, exchanging numbers and things like that.
Yeah.
And in return, they've had one of my onions. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. If you missed the beginning of the chat, Mike's given several neighbours his an onion seedling.
An onion seedling. It's getting worse. This onion's going to, well, look, probably won't last enough.
I think it's since you gave them the onion seedling that they've sent little notes asking if we want to.
Yeah.
They realise we need some help. But
people are reaching out. It is good.
Yeah. I must second what was said up further. All the gardening videos being made. Yeah, I do think that's important, Lorraine. I just wish I think one of the reasons I feel a bit conflicted is I know at this time of the year I would be up there making videos at the allotment, and I sort of feel like, should I be making them in my garden?
Yes.
I don't know. Would people want? And I'm not asking, this isn't a general, this is rhetorical. Would people really want to see me potting on plants in my own back garden?
I think they would.
But it's called Jane's Allotment, so what do you call it then?
Jane's Garden.
Jane's not allotment.
Jane's wartime COVID allotment garden.
Jane's viral ridden
Jane
garden.
goes viral.
Yeah, Kelly, honestly, the amount of stuff on Facebook and the amount of stuff that people are sharing, and you're thinking, where are you getting your facts from here?
But what would be nice would be...
Please be careful what you see and what you read.
I mean, what would be nice would be if the news spent a little bit more time, the 10 o'clock news, the 9 o'clock news and so on, if they spent a little bit of time on the community projects and some of the good things that are happening, which are springing up all over the place, all over the country. That would be far more comforting, I think, to some of the old people who are self-isolating. To know that there is help out there and people care. Than the death toll.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, D.I. Weaver. A lot of people are lonely. And my dad, I know, looking after my mum, he's lucky that, the pair of them are in the house together. But there are times when he can't talk to her. Either physically she's not up to it, or, mentally she's not up to it. And so he is very lonely, and he needs someone to talk to. That's so important.
Lucy,
go to the allotment.
Lucy, is that Lucy Dupuy? Is it Lucy Dupuy?
Hello, Dylan.
Lucy Dupuy. That's a lovely idea, Lucy. Very nice idea.
I like butter.
We got out some seed, some packets of seed the other day. We've got lots and lots of sort of spare packets from previous years.
Yeah.
And we sorted some of them out for a neighbour who's got small kids.
Several neighbours.
Yeah.
We've got several neighbours. We've given the ones with families, we've given some quick growing stuff, so sunflowers and stuff for them, just for the kids to grow.
And some fun things like pumpkins.
Yeah.
Sunflowers, peas.
Not peas. They are the best. Yeah, you're right. ADPMZG. What's your name? Come on. I can't keep calling you Aid unless it's ADPMZG. ADPMZG. Yes, please do make them in the garden. Needs must. I avoid most Forest news. Yeah, I must admit, I was watching it a lot when it first came out, Lucy, and now I do just tend to limit myself to once in the morning, once in the evening. Yeah,
It's interesting.
I know I will still go, and I'm going to have to go.
It's interesting that not very many people are saying, Jane, you really shouldn't
Hey,
take your
Mark,
allotment.
that's better. Yeah, no, I know. I'm being very, very honest about how conflicted I feel and how conflicted a lot of us feel.
I think the thing is for me that I think a lot of people have got this feeling that in this sort of situation, a kind of a crisis situation, we've grown food, haven't we? We've always tried to grow food and chip in and do a little bit more. And I think that's part of it. It isn't quite the same thing as going to the gym.
Yeah.
It is a little bit more than that, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, this is lovely. Joanne's been teaching her neighbour to grow veg over the fence and supplying with the seeds. What an absolutely lovely thing. And again, this friend of ours, not too far away, half a mile away, he's turning their garden over. They're constantly asking questions, aren't they? And we can supply them. And it's that sharing, isn't it? Terry, you've got 3 weeks, possibly 2 months. How do you feel about that? Are you ready for that? Have you been, what do you call it? Furloughed. Furloughed. It could be a really good thing. It depends how you feel. Give you plenty of time on your plot. Yeah, and Kelly, the knock-on effect for mental health. I mean, there's already been some awful stories in the news, you know, and especially if you've got anxiety as an issue for you already and you haven't got the support that you would normally have. You could just go stir crazy. You know, it's really, really important to have something.
The Little Farmer's Farm, Jane will know your name, but that's great.
I do know Little Farmer's Farm.
That's fantastic.
It's Guru.
Good for you.
It's Guru, but Guru, is it Tony? This is that I've got an awful.
You got your friend Liz on here.
June, they have not done that as if they would. Oh dear. I wouldn't be at all surprised. It would serve me jolly well right. Launch a video. Fancy launching a video during someone's live chat. I did that when Richard and Paul had a live chat.
We've had that same problem with the Queen.
Yeah, the Queen and her chat.
There's some very, very generous people out there, very clearly.
Sorry, I'm just going to have to go on. Sorry, Terry, I missed what you said there. I can see the word great in capital letters. I'm assuming that's from you, Terry. Let's hope that's really good. Sorry if you've already mentioned it, but can't you get to your... Yeah, we can, Carol, we can. And Mike is going, he's driving. We could walk. We've seen more people walking, even though it's across fields and on the towpath.
And the truth is,
we were driving.
By the time you'd walk there and walk back, really, that's your exercise.
Hey, Liz, hello. Hello, madam. You're late to the party. I'll let you off. I know you're busy. Go on. Sorry. Go on.
No, that's it. I was going to say in terms of walking to the plot.
Yeah, that's
by the time you walk there and walk back.
Bye, Jerry. You take care. Take care, sweetie.
You've done your exercise for the day because it's a little bit of a hike.
Yeah, you have. But
over a beauty spot. So we'd be the sort of people being chased by the Derbyshire police with drones.
With drones, I know. You know what gets me as well? I am a little bit worried what other people would think.
Well, you're hearing what they think on here.
Yeah, I know, but you're all lovely, lovely people who like going to the allotment. You know, but what if you see someone in their back garden saying you should be indoors? I'd cry, you see. Am I right, softie?
I wouldn't cry.
No, you wouldn't. Oh, Richard and Paul have been trying to upload all day. Oh, they're chicken monkeys. Okay,
Did you catch any ducks, Liz?
Have you been catching ducks, Liz?
She's been chasing them.
Are you working from home constantly now, Nick? Yeah. It is quite difficult, isn't it? And your leave's been cancelled as well. Oh, Nick, that's a shame. I think it's probably really, really important to you to have these built-in breaks if you possibly can, isn't it? Because, yeah, like I'm saying, people have got more time on their hands, and clearly you haven't.
We're probably going to get thrown into a dungeon, Terry, for starting this one early.
Chasing the ducks.
Clashing with the Queen.
Oh, Liz, is that the ducks, or are the ducklings out yet? Tell me they're still cute and about as big as an egg. They were twice as big as the eggs they came out of, you know. I watched some of the live hatching, Liz. And Liz's, over on Liz's channel, by the farm, there was some live hatch cam of the ducks hatching out in the incubator. Oh, my goodness. Slow TV is his best. Absolutely beautiful.
Can I answer Barry's question here?
Yeah.
Barry, my answer is too late. I think we should have sewn these around about New Year's Day, that sort of time.
Yeah.
They went in a little bit later than that. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you.
That, Russ.
These guys, a few weeks ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
Liz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a bit late.
Yeah. Terry, so you've just uploaded a video as well, have you? I don't know, Mike. At least you've had the sense to know that the Queen was doing her speech at 8 o'clock. We had no idea. Still got no idea what she was on about. I might have a little look later on. I'm sure it'll be on the news. Yeet, yeet. Hello. Spider to you as well. Not quite sure what that means, but there we go. Ducklings are still little. Oh, the khaki Campbells. Oh, from Hughes Duck Eggs. Yeah. Are they naughty? Oh. Don't be a meat sheep. I tell you what. I'm not a meat sheep. I will absolutely stand up for anyone or anything that I think is right. And if I think someone's been wronged or anything, I'll absolutely stick my neck out for anyone.
I think
if I'm taking the dog for a walk, I am going to.
Jane feels bad for the people who can't do it.
I do.
And I think it's about having a bit of
solidarity with them, really,
that's
isn't
the
it?
thing.
You know.
And I'm a little bit more pragmatic. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
And we're not doing anybody any harm, and we're certainly not spreading any virus. So we should do it.
Barry, Boxing Day at the old guys do mine only went in a month ago. No idea, Barry.
Can I just stress about the giant onion competition here? The giant onion competition is really not about growing a world-beating onion.
Thank you, Mark. Must go sort out a late dinner, Kelly. I would have thought you'd have had your dinner spread out upon the table at 7. Well, we started at 7, didn't we? No one's been out to eat.
No.
Oh dear, I do apologise. Sorry, Kelly.
We started at 8.
We had no idea if anyone would turn up because of the blooming Queen. But you're all here, which is lovely. It's really lovely. We didn't think we'd go on for this long. Have a lovely time though, Kelly. Thank you for coming along. Lovely to see you. Take care. Get down the plots. If your mate can't do it for him. Good on you guys. Oh,
I will.
He will.
I'll keep calm and carry on.
Oh, good night, Terry. Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you. Okay, you should do the allotment, not only exercise, but for fresh food again.
And there are some things to pick now, of course, as well. So we're getting rhubarb now. We haven't had any yet, but the rhubarb's ready to go. We've got broccoli that's ready to pick. Yeah. We've got garlic from last year, which is kind of sprouting, which we can kind of chop up and use for the stems and the leaves.
I'll tell you what we need to do with that though. It's onion fly season, isn't it?
Yeah.
The onion leaf vine is out and about now. I think it's April till June.
We
need to cover it.
We've covered all our onions. We've covered everything for the last couple of years, and it's worked really well.
Yeah. Apart from last year, they got in the leaks last year. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And even though we had that fantastic onion harvest last year, chopping them up, there were 1 or 2 has got into them, but certainly they do need covering now. We'll probably cover them all in. I should currently in New York on the trip of a lifetime.
Oh no!
Oh, June.
That's a shame. It's a shame, but you're better off being.
You'll get
here.
one back. You'll get it back. It's my daughter Charlotte, who, if you were here early on, was on phone. Her wedding is at the end of August, and so I'm still going ahead with the wedding flowers, etc. Trying to grow those. I mean, they're tiny seedlings at the moment, but we haven't given up just yet. If it was June, then we'd sort of say, okay, that's fair enough, but just don't know which way these things are going to go, do we? We've got to get used to it. Oh, June, that is a shame. That is a shame. You will get a chance though, like I say. Anyway, look, you can tell I talk too much.
My tea's gone. My tea's gone.
My tea? It's cold. Been there for an hour and a quarter. At the microgreens. Oh, there you go, Nick. You've inspired Tony. It's Tony, isn't it? Guru Mavinder's Tony. Finally have a go at the microgreen. Nick, you've inspired all of us to do more sunflowers. I've got some of those multi-headed ones this year. but are going to be, hopefully, will grow. I need to plant some actually. And I've even bought some of the little Ted ones. Again, they're for Charlotte's wedding, so
Barry,
they don't have to be tall.
Barry,
So yeah, you're a good, inspiring person there, Nick.
just want to say, Barry, you're very lucky with the onion leaf miner, because I think a few years back, onions were really easy to grow, and practically everybody's allotments around here have had problems with allium leaf miner.
Yeah, it's come up the Midlands, hasn't it? Yeah, so
Yeah.
careful they're not on the way up to you, Barry.
Your onions look really healthy, and then suddenly they kind of they just start to get really frizzy.
Nigel, I hope you haven't been uploading videos at 9 o'clock as well. Apparently everyone else has. We've been here for a while now. What time did we start? 8 o'clock. We started at 8. I don't feel too bad now. We started at 8 o'clock. We started at the Queen time.
It could be almost time to go.
It is almost time to go, but we can't go now because Nigel's here. Nigel, everyone apparently is uploading their videos now the Queen's finished going on. So we haven't seen that yet. So Tony, yes, of course it is. Guru. I always think of Richard going Guru Mafinda. So that's who you are in my head. Oh, bye, Pam. Lovely to see you. Thank you. I keep saying lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in. Lovely for you to be here.
Nigel, the buckets idea is great, I think.
Where's that? What are you going on about,
Buckets
Nigel?
planting potatoes in buckets is a great idea.
24 buckets. Yeah, but we've had this. I know Tony's talked about this quite a lot, Tony O'Neill, and he said about the criticism of growing in buckets is you need
Buckets.
how much you need to buy your buckets, but also you need compost, and it can cost such a lot of money for the compost. But if, like Tony says, if you've got your own compost,
and people who are living up there,
you're starting up a system, aren't you?
Anybody living near the coast using sort of a combination of some compost or some soil with some autumn leaves and some seaweed, for example, as people do.
Yeah, you're right, Barry. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you'd do it.
You hate digging up potatoes, Nigel. Come on.
Yeah, but I haven't watched your video yet, Nigel. But I've seen the thumbnail of his Salpo mirror.
But I think it's annoying when it's really annoying when you split them, I think. But there's something great about digging up potatoes, I think.
You can also reuse your compost. Yeah, you can use your compost. Is it 3 times? But you just need to keep topping it up, don't you?
Is that true?
I know I reuse it because it's like if you've got. I mean, I keep pointing over there. That's the backyard there, and I've got loads of plants and pots and trees and things, and I just top it up with compost, fresh compost every year. So it's still growing in the old stuff.
Someone was talking about like favourite crops a little while back, and I think although we know that potatoes are cheap and you can buy a big bag for a few quid, there's nothing quite like bringing up a big old handful of spuds, and especially when you find a really mammoth one, is great.
Liz,
I love that.
Liz, you don't like digging up potatoes. What about the whole gold thing? I think maybe it wears off. Maybe I'm still at the sort of stage where I think, digging it up is just wonderful. But then again, it's great when you get a potato reveal, when someone tips their buckets out, because you don't know. I suppose it's like digging them up. You don't know what you're going to get.
And it is great when you've got something a bit more unusual, like the old pink fir apple.
Yeah.
They're fab, aren't they? The weird little knobbly pink fir apples.
Yeah, Nigel's just saying those Salpos, though. I'll have to show you the thumbnail. We'll have to watch the video. They were in the ground for 50 weeks.
That's a long time.
And they didn't get blighted or anything.
That's amazing. It's
Absolutely brilliant.
Are they really, really powdery, Nigel? Have they got a kind of decent texture?
Like. Yeah.
Better for mash and chips and so on, or not?
Mark's just saying about use your spent compost for things like carrots and parsnips.
Yeah.
Which is a really good idea because they don't like any richness, do they, in the soil? So I think that's a great idea, Mark. Good tip there.
I grew carrots and buckets last year. That was pretty good.
Yeah, they worked out okay, didn't they? Boris has gone into hospital. Oh my goodness. Is that because of him or is that because of his girlfriend? Oh dear. If you make your own compost, lots of it. Yeah, I know, Barry. We're still on the very early stages making compost. We have made it before, haven't we? But at the new plot, we haven't really got into the swing of it yet. And, each time we think we're going to, something happens.
And we're lucky because we've got about a ton of cow manure delivered last year with hay.
Oh,
but it's rotted down incredibly well. Yeah, we're using that beautiful. Now. So we're lining potato trenches with that.
Yeah.
Comfrey, nettles, everything we can.
Yeah. The bucket spud reveals. Yeah, you never know what's going to be turned out. And I love it though as well when you turn out a bucket. Not that I've done it, but when I've watched people do it, and they maybe got two, and you think, well, you see, you should have planted your potatoes in the soil, and then you turn out the next one, and the side of the buckets are deformed because of all the potatoes inside. It's constantly rewarding. The reason we're both doing this is because your comments are down there. Lazy woman, Liz, not lazy at all. Not lazy at all. You're one of the most busy women I know. Oh dear, Joanne. Oh dear. I did think when we weren't seeing him back alongside Matt Hancock, there might be something else. So, right, okay. So Nigel uses Sarpos for jackets, boiled chips. Well, I suppose for jackets and for chips, if they're a little bit floury, that's good, isn't it? Do they make a good mash? Oh, I suppose a mash, that's good as well, isn't it? No, I suppose jackets and mash, you want them floury. Chips, oh, I suppose anyway, they're very nice. Sauce sounds very tasty. How deep for the potato buckets? Come on then, someone.
Halfway down?
I'm reusing containers. Right, okay. Tony says a 14-inch cut flour bucket. Have we got one to hand or haven't, have we?
No, not to hand, no.
3 inches of compost mix containing 1 cup of bloodfish and bone, 1 cup of organic chicken poo. Plop the spud in the middle and top the bucket off with standard compost. So hey presto, £3.
Very good.
Oh, okay. So yeah, of course, you plant them near the bottom, don't you?
Yeah.
So would you just keep chopping up as the green shoots show, as you would do earthing up? Or do you just put everything on top of them and just leave them to it? Carol's got hers in 35-litre pots. Charlotte and pink fir apple. Charlotte, we're doing pink fir apple. Sorry, not Charlotte. Carol, we're doing pink fir apple again this year, having not done it last year. I think they're one of the best potatoes. Have you got one of them? Yeah, we're chitting them at the minute. Used to take all the neighbours' garden waste to make mine on the own to make. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to read this in your accent, Barry. I used to take all the neighbours' garden waste to make mine unbeknown to me. Some of them had started to use weed and feed, lost a whole year's. Oh no! Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, you've got to be really careful if you're using someone else's vegetable waste because they've been using some sort of fertilizer or weed killer or whatever on it. Sorry to hear about that.
Can we do a quick little bit of garden?
Just a second. You've got to plant them, Carol. Going back to Carol, 2/3 at least down.
Oh.
So someone, 30-litre black buckets. No need to mount up the buckets. That's interesting, Russ.
It is, Nigel.
Or top right up. Mark, just fill the buckets from planting. Easy. Top them up as the leaves show. Oh, so it's interesting. So we've got a few different ones. Sorry, I said Carol, I meant Lucy. Michael. That's our pink fir apple. And of course, that is one of the problems. We were talking earlier on about...
doesn't look like a regular spud, does it? Very odd.
We're talking about peeling your potatoes, whether you leave your peel on or not, and what you do with your peel if you do peel them.
Mm.
And pink fir apples don't lend themselves to peeling very well, do they? Because they're so knobbly.
But they're my favourite new potato. I mean, and they're not strictly speaking of first early or anything like that, but they've just got such a great taste, I think.
Yeah.
And they're so unusual, I think.
Yeah.
Really, really firm and waxy. Very nice.
Oh, thumbs up. Thanks, Liz. I never think of asking anyone for a thumbs up. But yeah, if you like, give us a thumbs up if you like. We'll probably get a few thumbs downs. I was a little bit worried about doing a live because whenever he's on, we always get more thumbs downs, don't we?
I think that's natural. I'm not as likeable as Jane.
And it's me. It's me giving the thumbs down. No,
grumpy.
it's not. It's not. April the 15th is our first frost-free day. Okay, Lucy. Okay, Yukon Gold. I've never tried that.
I've heard of them. Nice waxy potato again.
Rusty thumbed up on the root. Nigel's just asked if our allotments are still open. Yeah, they are, Nigel. But the thing is,
they're private.
Yeah,
so
they're privately owned, and you were
flexibility.
You were actually talking to the fellow who owns them.
I was talking to the owner today, and he said he hoped they would stay open. He couldn't
Yeah.
see why it would be any different,
Unless there's like a sort of a national thing goes out to say that all these places could be shut, which could happen. I mean, it's happened in Ireland. Mind you, I don't know if Jerry's allotment was council owned or not. But if it gets, you know, much tougher, it could happen.
Coming back to the bucket question, if this was going to go into a bucket, it would be on its own.
They only grow at the bottom where the seed potatoes were. Oh, right, okay then, Russ. So don't they grow? I always think of potatoes growing. I'm like, I'm being a fool. I always think of potatoes growing up the stem, which is why you have to know.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's why you
But
earth them
Russ
up.
is saying they only grow at the bottom where the seed potatoes were. I suppose if you're covering them up fully.
Little bit raised. I mean, they don't grow like that.
Says,
They're not growing up. They're not growing up here, are they?
If you use, all right, okay, let's see this. If you use buckets, how many pink fir apple a bucket? How many pink fir apple would you put in a bucket? I would say 2.
Hi, Philip.
Hey, Philip, hello. Lovely to see you from South Africa.
That's a lot of love there. That's
a lot of love. Thank you.
We're feeling that love.
Right back at you. Okay. Get down to the plot start. Thanks. So 1 bucket it should be. Yeah. But the thing is with the pink fir apple, potatoes, quite expensive, aren't they?
Mm.
Seed potatoes, you know, you've only got about 6 in one little packet. So
There's very different opinions here about how many potatoes to put into a bucket.
oh yeah, look. 2 in a 30.
I think if I was going to use
3.
maybe if I was going to use one of those big containers, I'd use 3.
Seed. Barry, what's a chetty? Oh, do you mean the chits? So do you mean these? Okay. Do you mean the chits? So would you say, I'm going to do it anyway. Take that one off. I've done it. I've taken the seed off. Oh no, I've put it with your flapjack knife.
Oh.
Is that what you meant? Because if it isn't, that's what I mean. What is a chetty? Is it a chit? Okay. They only grow. Oh, okay. I'm with you. Yeah, they grow above.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you now. First early starter level, but main crop will spring up all over the bucket. Mr. J is calling. All right. See you later, Liz.
That's part of the reason that you earth up, isn't it? Because the potatoes are forming above the seed potato.
Yeah, of course, nothing grows below it. Yeah, sure.
And you don't want to expose them to sunlight and get damaged.
Oh, bye, Brian. Say hello to your mum for us and that lovely dog of yours. Okay, see you soon. Yeah, spuds. Chetties. Have you heard of chetties?
I've never heard of chetties.
No, that's a new one on mine, Barry. We've learned something tonight. 30 litre container, 4 first, 4 seconds, and 2 main crop. I take it you mean they're in separate containers there, Nigel. Okay. Right, okay. I think that's been really quite nice. I've quite enjoyed myself tonight. Have you enjoyed yourself, Michael?
It's been an absolute treat. Yeah.
We are going to have to go, though, because it is 9:30.
Lovely to talk to some really positive people out there and people who are
Yeah, we have got to keep positive.
positive about allotment.
Positive.
Go for the allotment.
Yeah. Yes, and I will go up. I just feel guilty. I think, you know. Anyway, I hope it's cheered you all up. I mean, again, as I said earlier on, I'm going to waffle now. As I said earlier on, if you can use social media, use it, but be careful what you use. Don't get into arguments with other people about this, that, and the other. Everyone's feeling stressed at the minute. It's so easy to, get into arguments that aren't worth it. You know, give people a bit more time, and yeah, keep in touch with each other. Don't mean on my channel at all, but there's some really good Facebook channels out there. Of course, there's mine. But you know, Liz over at By the Farm. Come on, shout out your Facebook channels on here. Let's let everyone know who you are. Country Life Crafts, we've had So Enchanted. We've got Kelly's Kitchen Garden. We've got Nick's Allotment Diary. We've got Muddy Boots. Yeah. Of course, you know, we've got so many different people.
Nigel is so fantastic.
Dean's lots of plots.
Nigel's so practical. Fantastic.
We love him. Little Farmer's Farm. Of course, yeah. Don't go, Mike and Jane. Allotment is the very best place to be. Don't let the devil cut the good folk out of Eden. We won't. But we have got to go now. It's an hour and a half. Yeah. An hour and a half. But hopefully 3,000% we'll look forward to seeing it. Okay. After this thing of Corona, we'd love you guys to come to South Africa. 10:29 by you, Philip. Well, lovely of you to join us.
We're definitely welcome to South Africa. We'll come.
Okay, and yeah, okay, we're going to go. Okay, stay safe, everybody, and please take care and look after each other.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. That was good, Jane.